I'm changing my lights in the garage over to LEDs, and I can't really tell with the camera which one is brighter, but I can plainly see with my eyes that the LEDs, which is this one here that I just did change over, that one is brighter, and it's going to be burning about half the electric that the T8s burned. These were T12 fixtures, the ones that use those big 1.5-inch thick light bulbs. That's what they were a few years back, and they didn't light up when it was cold. They didn't put out quite as much light as these 30-watt. They were 40 watts a piece, and they didn't put out as much light as these. Well, maybe they did, but I'm not sure. I think these T8s that are 30 watts a piece, I think they actually put out more light. But I switched all these fixtures over. I changed the transformers over, or the ballast as they call them, over to T8 ballast, and then put the T8 bulbs in. They all fit in the ends. They nickname them tombstones, the ends that the bulbs fit in with the 2 pins on the end. Well, these bulbs that I bought on Amazon, these LEDs, are already pre-made to work on 110 volts or 120, whatever you want to call it. And all you got to do is get one end. All the pins on one end of the tube need to be hooked up to the black wire, and all the pins on the other end need to be hooked up to the white wire. It is so simple. You just clip the wires, leave the ballast in there in case you ever want to go back to T8s again. If you want to leave it in there, or you can take it out if you want to take it out. I'll try to get a video on doing that. Here's a box of these bulbs here. Still in the plastic bag. It's got plastic, has a bag on it. And you see those little LEDs in there. And these claim to be 75 watt equivalents a piece, as far as equivalent to fluorescence, not equivalent to incandescence. Fluorescents burn about 1/3 the power that incandescents burn, and these LEDs burn about half the power that fluorescents burn, and they actually put out more light. I'm really looking forward to getting these switched over completely in my garage. I'm doing it in my house, and I'm liking what I'm getting. I'm going to be buying more of these. The prices are coming down, the options and selection is getting bigger, so LEDs are definitely the way to go. Yeah, first thing you got to do is get the bulbs out, which I just did, and then you just grab this thing. Usually they just squeeze and unsnap off of there, this cover, but I'm working around these 2x4s, so okay, I got that cover off, so I'm going to pull these wires down a little bit. These, in this case, I got 2 red ones and 2 blue ones. They go to, one wire goes to each end of these things here. These, to make it easy for me, since all of these wires go to those pins on that end, I'm going to just clip all 4 of these wires right about here, and then so I'll just say these represent my colored wires. I'll put my black wire on these, and then on this end we got a yellow wire that goes in there and goes to each end of those tombstones there. So we'll just say this yellow wire represents the white wire. We'll clip all these. We'll put the yellow wires on the white wire. We'll put the black wire over here on these darker colored wires. And that's all you got to do for the wiring. When you cut these off, be sure you leave enough room on there to reattach them if you want to, or to reuse these ballasts for something else. They do have color-coded directions on them as far as how to put them where they got to go. So it's easy to rewire them and use them again. I'm going to cut this end off too, the hot wire. And of course, the light switch is turned off. I'm not turning off breakers or anything. This is my house, and this is not a school. This is just, you're just watching me do my own thing here. So it works, or you wouldn't be seeing it. Got it wired up. If you're going to pre-twist these wires, be sure you twist them. See if I can get a demonstration here. I'm holding the camera. Be sure you twist them in the same direction that your wire nut's going to thread on there, so that they don't unthread inside the wire nut. Got this one. All of these colored wires tied to this black wire. Doesn't matter if the black wire, it's AC, so it doesn't matter if the black wire goes to these or if it goes to the other one. This is the end of the circuit, so it doesn't matter which end the white wire is or the black wire is, other than the white wire is a neutral, so it's also related to a ground. But that doesn't matter in this circuit. This is just how you hook this thing up to get these LED lights to work in this fixture, and it works. I'm going to put my wire nuts on, then I'm going to put the bulbs in and turn it on. Got them all changed over. There is a little bit of a delay, just about maybe a 1 second delay when I turn them on and off. I don't know what's up with that. I guess they're just designed that way. I don't know. They sure are nice and bright. I bet they're at least good 25% brighter than what I had. It's going to be about half the power consumption, so I hope they last. There was one bulb out of these 16 that I put up. I put 2 up in my kitchen. That's 18. And I got 1 bulb left that works and 1 bulb that doesn't work. Out of the 20 that I bought, I got 1 bulb that doesn't work. And I think it's going to be way too much trouble and expense to try to send it back. I don't know. I'll probably call somebody and figure something out. But anyway, there they are.